Alrighty then. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. All right, Mike says I'm going good, so hopefully you can hear me just fine. I'm still getting tweets and stuff out, but I appreciate you all being here. Hi everyone, my name's Kevin Griffin, and today is Thursday, January 14th, 2021, and I've had an extremely busy week. So as you might see from the stream title, I launched yesterday my new course, SignalR Mastery, and it's actually been a ton of work. So you get the course out, and then you start doing all the stuff after the course. And one of the goals I had for myself was when I pushed the course out was to have regular office hours every week where I could talk to people like Zanro, hope I'm saying your name all right. Is going through the course. If you have questions or if there are things I haven't covered in the course that you think we should talk about, I want to know that sort of stuff. So this is what office hours is for. Oh, let me get my tweet out so I don't forget, so we can get some more people in here. All right, office hours. Yep, tweet. All right. So let's chat. Who we got in the chat today? All I see is Zanro. That's cool. If you're just hanging out, I'm glad you're here. If anyone's curious about the course, so I think this works. Yes, it works. So if you're interested, I released the other day a new course, SignalR Mastery. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. And SignalR Mastery is an all-inclusive, that's my goal, all-inclusive course to teach you how to build real-time web applications with SignalR. And if you're not familiar with SignalR, that's cool. It's actually an entire free section of the course available that talks about that. But the way I'd probably explain SignalR in a gist is it's a library that allows you to create peer-to-peer connections between a variety of clients, whether they're JavaScript, they're mobile, if they're thick applications like WinForms or UWP, you name it, connecting back to a central server, and that server can send notifications down to all these available clients. So it's a way to allow the server to send state notifications down to clients without the clients constantly having to send requests back up to the server. I had actually shown an example, and I talk about this in the course, and I actually have a couple follow-up videos I'm going to do with this. But this is a web app I built for a client of mine called the National Institute of Public Safety Technology, and this app is called LiveCat, and it's real-time 911 aggregation. So what we're doing is we're collecting data from 911 agencies in a geographical area. And if you're not in the United States, 911 is our phone number shortcut for emergency services. But you call 911, you get put in the system, and folks are sent out to help those in need. But what we need to do is we need to keep these dashboards, this collection of data, up to date to the second. I actually had a bug in this when we pushed it where there was a 10-second delay, and that was too much of a delay. And I had to go back and figure out where I made my mistakes and do some optimization. So this literally is down to a second max latency between the agency receiving, putting something into their system, it getting sent to our system and sent out to these dashboards. I am crazy amazed how well this performs. So I talk about this in the course, probably not as much in depth as I think some people would want to know, but we talk about some of the overall architecture. And really underneath the scenes, this is heavily using groups, and there's a couple of techniques I use for for notifications. So one of the upcoming sections I need to write, and if no one's asking questions on the chat, I think I'm going to work through the design of it, is using an ASP.NET Core background service to send regular notifications to a client. And trying to do that in a way that makes a little bit of sense. So, because that's actually what this does, is there's a background service, data comes in, it gets added to a queue, and that queue gets read by every server in our load balance set every second. There's very little delay. And or actually it's less than that. It's like every couple of milliseconds we check the queue, we check the queue, we check the queue. And as soon as one of the servers finds something in the queue, it locks the item, it processes it, and sends a notification out to anyone who's currently connected to the server. I'm going to close that so I'm not taking up ports. Let's close Slack because we don't need Slack open. I'm trying out the new Twitch soundtrack music thing so I don't get DMCA'd. If the music's overwhelming, let me know. If you can't hear it all, I mean, let me know that as well. It says it's playing. Xander, you just passed the video where I showed this project. It looks interesting. Awesome. And I recorded that. And I recorded it kind of on a whim, and I've decided I want to go back and I want to hash that out a little bit deeper. But it's kind of pushing to have that particular video ready for the launch. So if you have questions about it, that would be really great to know, so I can go back and redo those videos. So what we're going to talk about today. So here's my coming soon list. I actually want to touch on this first, and the reason I'm putting this is almost the last bullet point, but it's going to be one of the first things I work on, is because I've had at least 2 people come back and ask specifically about this. So technically, the course covers everything that you need to know to do this, because we have a section in there about how to use hubs outside, or how do you call clients outside of hub methods, and that's how you achieve this. But there's no mechanism to show you how to do everything inside of a background process. So we're going to do that. Let's see. Let me move these windows apart. So I do everything inside of a VM. There is a GitHub repo for the course, which, let me go find the link for it. SignalR Mastery. So I don't require you to be in the course to look at the source code, and that should be up to date. But yep, let's go ahead and do that. So let's go. Yep. Close that. I have too many windows open. All right, so this was another demo I was working on. I'm going to close this machine. All right. So this was the simplest demo I could come up with to teach SignalR to people. Was I just call it, how many people are watching this page. I am very adamant about, I do not like chat apps as demos, because everyone does them, and I actually feel like you spend too much time in overhead to explain the thing that you want to explain. So anyone who's going through the course sees I start with this really bare minimum app. It does nothing that it doesn't need to do, and it's a little bit of server-side code, and then it's a little bit of HTML and JavaScript or TypeScript, and we use the bare minimum because I want to teach you how to do one specific thing every single time. Zamro, yes, I'm glad you agree. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, let's close this. So I was not prepared. Let's go ahead and go back up into advanced. What change did I... Oh, I didn't add strongly typed hubs to the demo. Oops. Well, let me fix that. All right. Yep, I've updated some of this stuff. So let's push this up. Oops. There we go. All right, and I'm going to create a new branch. We'll call this hosted services. So let me actually figure out where I want this to exist in my list of options. So you know what? I'll add this to the end. So we'll go ahead and move that up. All right. So this is going to be hosted services. And I haven't recorded this video yet, but we're going to build the demo for it today. Zamro, it might be a bit of an odd question, but since we're on Twitch, how fit is SignalR with, say, gaming-related apps? That's a great question. It depends, I think, a lot on the type of game you're creating. My friends over at Progress Software, the folks at Telric, they are currently working on their stream on a version of Crazy Eights for is it Signal? It's SignalR. So SignalR, not like singular. No, SignalR. Yep, you got it, Mike. So they're doing a version of Crazy Eights, which is just a card game. That's a really good use case for SignalR because you are sending just little bits of data up and down, and latency is not necessarily a huge concern because you can wait a couple hundred milliseconds for a request to go back and forth to get synced with the server and whatnot. If I was building I don't know, Destiny or Apex Legends or some sort of high throughput game, SignalR might not be the best mechanism to use for that because latency is everything. Netcode is a big deal. While SignalR obfuscates a lot of the CRUD underneath the scenes for you, but when you do that, you lose a little bit in performance. And I'm not saying a lot, but in a game where milliseconds matter, it's probably not the best solution for you to use. But again, I have not done a lot of heavy benchmarking with scenarios like that require high bandwidth, high throughput. And so I probably wouldn't use SignalR in those cases. I would use I would use my own dedicated sockets, and I would have my own wrapper protocol over the socket. But most of the apps I use don't have that requirement. Okay. So this is going to be number 13 in my list. All right. And we're going to copy an old demo. So I go back to basic client server setup. I'm going to copy this demo over. Those who have gone through the course, most of my examples all start from the same base. So you're always working with the same material. Code, open this in via, oops, I'm in the wrong folder. So over here, I can say, I'll say .NET run, and then over here is npm install. And then I'll do npm run build. Okay. And I think the way we're going to change up this demo is instead of a view hub per se, we're going to have what I call the time hub. And the time hub will not have any hub methods on it. Which is going to be weird for folks, but not a huge deal. All right, so the time hub, and then on the actual app itself, we'll say, what time is it? It is current time. Now this current time, we're going to get from the server. So call that current time, update current time. That all sounds good. So we'll go ahead and we can clean up a lot of this stuff because it's not necessary. All right. So our client, our hub will have our clients will have this magic method called update current time. Now I have to go create the hosted service. So I am going to attempt to do this from memory. See how well that works. We'll call this time service. Public class time service, which is a hosted service. Am I right about that? Let's see, Mr. Intelligence. I am not. All right. ASP.NET Core hosted service. There we go. I hosted service. I was so close. Yep. Let's implement our interface. All right, so this is going to have a constructor that takes in a iHub context of time hub. Yep, using SignalR. We'll go ahead and save this as a field. And we're going to set up a timer. Actually, I'm going to copy a lot verbatim from this example because it's essentially doing exactly what I want to do. So I have a timer. And then we'll say timer is equal to new timer. And it takes all these different properties. We'll call it tick. And it's not going to take a state. I don't think I need a state for any of those. No, I do it. All right, null. So we'll say due time. It's in milliseconds, so we'll wait 0 milliseconds. And the period is going to be we'll do every 500 milliseconds. I think I did all that right. All right, so this wants me to create a method. Yep. So then start async, we say timer dot. I don't have to start it, do I? No. Maybe theoretically I don't want to. Do they do that in the constructor? They don't. All right, they're smarter than I am. Let's move this out. Let's move it in here. And they return completed task. Yeah. Yep, that's a good idea. So then stop async should have what do? They change, yeah. So if you want to stop a timer, you have to change it to timeout infinite and 0. Yep. And then you return a completed task. Stop should only be called when you shut down the server. If you gracefully shut down the server. If you just crash, it doesn't matter. But this is more of a cleanup. And now I think I know why they implemented disposable, didn't they? Yep. Because you want to clean up that timer. iDisposable. All right, so dispose. When they... Yeah. Actually, believe the first thing you're supposed to do... Actually, I should just be copying the code. I don't know why I'm not. It's because... Let's see, they just dispose. Oh, and they're doing their null checks. They're so good. I'm not doing my null check. All right, so null check. That's all fine. Okay. So when we do a tick, we'll get the current time from datetime. We'll get UTC now. We're not going to get local time. And we'll do toString. If I was in real Visual Studio, this would give me a really good IntelliSense for the datetime options. Because I never remember this stuff. Here we go. Monday, but I want seconds. Yep, so F for full time. There we go. No. Okay. So we take that current time, then we'll go on to our hub, our time hub, and we'll tell the clients, say all clients, I want to send async, what I call update current time, and I'm going to pass in the new current time. I am assuming I did that right. Let's go ahead. I'm going to shut that down. That's built. Let me hit run on this. Yep, run as .NET Core. Set up my launch JSON. Errors? Hey, no stinking errors. What's the error? Oh, I forgot to update start. Oh, I forgot to update startup twice. So it's time hub, but then up here in configure services, I need to add hosted service, time service. There we go. Okay, that built. There we go. There's our demo working. And this works well across. So I have two browsers completely in sync. They're working, and all this update is coming from an ASP.NET Core hosted service. Yay! That was easy. And so that becomes a 5-minute video. There we go. I like that demo. That was a good demo. I'm glad someone suggested that. Well, let's go ahead and clean up. Git add. Okay. Well, I might as well go in and do my own pull request, right? What? Huh. That was weird. All right, files changed. So just a quick once over of what we did. We created this hosted service. And a hosted service is not a SignalR specific tech to talk about. It's more of a, it's something different. But we're using it in conjunction with SignalR because I can inject a hub underneath the scenes. And this hub context is a reference to every currently connected user that I have to my server or to my set of servers. So I can access it to access their that client list, which is what I do down here on the tick. Every 500 milliseconds, I send an update to all the connected clients telling them, hey, the current time has been updated. So yeah, I like this demo. This is a good demo. So we're going to merge our own pull request. And tomorrow I'm going to record the video. Although, you know, maybe I should just take these office hours and I should put these up on. Actually, I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to take this video and push it up as office hours, additional content. But that's a good demo. So what demo would we want to work on next? I don't know. Let's go back and look at the list. So the ones that require a lot of effort. Handling multiple hub connections. I might set up a demo for that as well. Because it's more of a, I don't want you to do this type topic. It's not necessarily a, oh, here's how you do it, even though I'll show you how to do it. It's not, I don't want you to do it. Oh, I just realized my follower notifications are off. So Nate, thank you for the follow 18 minutes ago. Geez, I feel awful now. I should keep I need to turn my alerts back on. I moved to a new development machine a couple weeks ago, and I had to reset up my OBS and all that good stuff. And part of that, I forgot to set up all my notifications because it would be really great right now to hear that, oh, you have a new follower. So, oh well. Speaking of which, I am at 472 followers. I have this goal, maybe by the end of the month. I don't know if we can make it happen. I'd love to be at 500 followers. When we do that, I'm actually just going to plan an all-day stream and just stream until you're all tired of me. So some type of marathon. Oh, I should talk about scaling and backplanes. Yes. So we'll talk about that next. All right, so scaling is a weird problem. Git checkout. How can I show you scaling locally? Can I do that in a way that makes sense? The easiest thing is to build a diagram. And I have built diagrams for this before. However, I'm not allowed to use that material because I built it for someone else. Let me see if I have some other material. So I want 13 hosted services. And then we're going to talk about scaling. What number is scaling? Scaling is number 10. All right, I need to go grab a sample slide deck from, I'll grab it from clients. Sorry, folks, I'm on another screen looking at just a whole bunch of folders in Windows Explorer that no one on here would care about. All right, so we'll call this scaling problems. And yes, this is exactly what I want. Actually, hold on. I want this as my starting point. Let's remove all those. And what I want to do is I actually want to flip this. I want to move this over there. I'll move these over here. Move the server over. All right, so the problem we have with scaling, I drew a rough picture of this yesterday when I was on the Coded Live stream. And when I did it, come on, where's my effects? Any arrows in both directions. Oh, when I did it, they asked me to I guess illustrate this issue, and I didn't have a nice PowerPoint ready to go, and I should have been, but I ended up drawing it in Paint. I was drawing this representation, and when I should have drawn just arrows or lines, I picked the spray paint tool, and I picked brown as the color, and I wanted to draw. All right, well, client F talks to server B, and I drew this spray paint line, and it looked like a poop smear. And that was kind of the running joke for the rest of the stream, was poop smear. But you do what you got to do to prove the point. I think the person on the stream I was talking to, Alyssa, I think she got the concept without all the joking. But yeah. All right, so when we talk about scaling problems, I'm going to workshop this with you all. When we have one server, we don't have any problem at all. So if my one server wants to handle all these connections, they can all work just fine. However, let me open another slide deck. Where's my clients? I want to copy some images from this. All right, so I'm going to show an example. So duplicate that. If I said clients.all, all right, assume they're all connected. Yeah. I need to get a shape. Actually, no, I want a picture. Let's do an online picture. I just want a document. Is there an icon for a document? Is there an icon? Yeah. A document. There we go. Or something better for a message. Ooh, we'll use the envelope. Envelope's good. There we go. Now, for that, can we change... We'll change it to red. You know, we'll tilt it a little too. There. Put a little tilt on it. Alright, so I want to do this in a couple passes. I want to say, let's bring up animation. I want to set up a line. So I want to simulate the message coming into the server. So the message goes from the client to the server. Oh, no, get rid of these. These just exist. So everyone's connected, but then client A sends a message to the server. And the server will fade that in. Says, well, I can do that for you. Can I wish I could. Ooh, hold on now. Now. I'm going to put that point on in the middle of that. Jevy! Jevs. It's my brother with a different first letter. How are you, sir? All right, let's do a quick preview of that. Cool. So it sends a message in. We say, all right, well, then the server says clients.all, execute server method name, and something went wrong. Well, of course. So what I do now is I actually move this. Put that right there. Hold up. No, I want to delete that line. I have an almost perfect name. I know, just one letter short of perfect. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to suggest that just exists when you show up. Oops. So it goes over there. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's a little bit off. Not enough for me to care. I want to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need 5 of these. Actually, let me move. Take all these. So then I need to change the colors of them. So I don't want them to be red anymore. They're technically different messages. So we'll change them to that's dark red. I don't want to change the green, not blue. No, blue doesn't work. Yellow. We'll do yellow. Yellow seems fine. I need to take this and draw an animation. Create a custom path to B. Okay. Then at the same time, this one goes to C. Yeah. And then at the same time, D. You too, Jevy. Take care. All right, that's going to work really well. I think this proves my point. E, and then finally F. So they don't have to be perfectly like aligned, but they need to do the job. Okay, so these four should start with the previous click. All right, so we say the message goes through, goes over to the server. The server says clients.all send async some asynchronous method. Well, that message will then get sent to every other, and they all arrive at the same time. That's awesome. Yes. Cool. All right. That works. What happens then when we have multiple servers? Are these the same height? Yeah. Okay. Okay. You have multiple servers. Well, multiple servers, they're running the same application. It's behind a load balance set. Now, server A, ooh, I don't need all those arrows. Basically copying the workflow here. The server, all right, that does not need to appear right away. Can I have multiple? All right, let's do this. All right, I moved too far ahead of myself. All right, so I have those. But then what if server? Yeah. All right, so I have two servers in a load balance set. Server client A sends a message to the server, and the server says clients.all. Well, that's technically one, two, three. I can delete this. So graphic 19 will reset the custom path. We'll go to A. Oh, I just realized I messed up that other graphic. I have to go back and fix it. B. And then C. All right. These will all I don't, yeah. So this starts on click, the other ones follow. So let's test that. Yep. All right, actually, I have to go back up to this one now because I screwed this up. Yep. So I want to take one of these, put it in the same place. Its custom path goes to A. There we go. Oop. Oh, I forgot to do the timing. Why did you do the little bump thing? I didn't ask you to do that. Let's remove the custom path. Not what I want. Yep. Set a custom path. There we go. Okay. That's all right. So we explain here that if I do clients.all, it sends messages to all the connected clients on that server. But what about the other server and the other connected clients? We want them to get the message too, right? Well, we do. That's why we add a backplane. So a backplane, I need to be careful here because my face is going to be in this little lower quadrant. We'll add square. Let's move this into position. And we'll say backplane. And I need the text to go, I need to rotate the text. How do you do that? I forgot. Nope. No. Format shape. Text options. Text fill. Text outline. Nope. There we go. One in the middle. I want the text like that. There we go. See, y'all didn't know you're getting a PowerPoint lesson here as well, right? All right, so we'll make that orange. And close that. Close that. And technically, I'm going to have this fade in as an example. So now we're going to set up the same demo again. Let's duplicate. Oh my gosh, I forgot this was here. Graphic and 10. Yep. I want to copy those and paste them here. Yes. Put those all in the same place. Oh, except I don't want that yet. I want to duplicate that slide. All right, now let's delete all those. Why didn't you delete? Delete. Yeah, beep. Okay, so for the folks watching, hi, welcome. If you've been watching us for the past hour, you already know what's going on. If you've just recently tuned in, hi, my name's Kevin, and this is my SignalR Mastery office hours. If you don't know what SignalR Mastery is, well, let me explain to you. So SignalR Mastery is the course I recently released that teaches you hopefully everything that you've ever wanted to know about SignalR and building real-time applications on the .NET platform. So we're working right now on a video that I'm going to record either tomorrow or early next week on backplanes and scaling issues when you're using SignalR. And what we're trying to do is explain the problem and what the solution to it is. And then I'm going to have a follow-up video that shows you how to implement the solution. I did this similar demo yesterday on another live stream for some friends of mine. And I did it all in Paint. And I'm like, all right, I need to have a better deck of this issue ready to go. So that's what we're doing today. All right. I'm going to drop those in place, drop those in place. There we are. So now, what I can say, let's test this. All right. All right, so it goes to one server. The one server says send async to all the connected clients. That message gets forwarded to only the clients that are on that server, because those are the only clients that it knows about. It doesn't know about the other servers and the other connected clients. However, if we add a backplane, and the backplane, we send a message. Oh, I have a repeat there. I have to fix that. We send the message in, and we say clients at all. Oh, I need to take the backplane out. It should send. Oh man, I screwed that up. I screwed all that up. Let me fix this. All right, so first the backplane should only be in the animation once. Where's my animation pane? Okay. So then over here, take the rectangle out. We don't need that because we've already proven that point. Over here, we don't need that. Actually, that graphic can just come out. What's my picture? We don't need that. Oh. Where'd the backplane go? I accidentally deleted the backplane. Oops. All right. These will start, with the previous. But now, instead of them going, ooh, I don't need to. Did I screw that up? So that one, and that one, fine. This one needs to go through the backplane to the server to letter D. All right, and I need to change the front and back on it. Okay, but we're in the right direction. Same thing for 35. All right, now 36. Oh, I need to redraw that one. I need to redraw that one. All right, well, let's grab 36. All right. Okay. Let's give this a test. All right, I like that. So now the backplane I need to send backwards. Not backwards enough. Let's send it all the way to the back. There we go. Oh, I didn't even realize that the selection is the Z index. Just suddenly realized that. All right. Yes. I think the other thing I want to do here is I want to have arrows between the client, between the server and the backplane, to demonstrate that they are always connected. Come on, straighten up. Do something with your life. Come on, piece of crap. All right, let's straighten this up. Let's push it forward a little bit. There we go. 1, 2. Okay. Then I want to copy these. There we go. Let's run through this from the top. In a typical SignalR situation, you have a variety of clients that are connecting to a single server. I don't like that. I want to take all those out. Sorry, previous. There we go. Oh, I like this idea. All right, so let me take these. And I will say these are connected to one server. Those are connected to another server, but then the servers are connected via a backplane. Up here. All right, let's try this from the last one. All right, in a load balance set, servers A, B, and C are connected to one server. Server or clients D, E, and F are connected to another server. Those servers need to be able to talk to each other, and they're done via a concept called a backplane. And they both connect to this backplane, and they communicate over that backplane. So then when server A wants to send the message to its server that it's connected to, that server is still going to execute with no code changes. Clients.all send async to some method. Well, instead of that method just going to the 3 servers that it's connected to, it'll put the message on the backplane, and any other connected server will take that message and send it to its clients subsequently. Does that make sense? Chat? Here, I want to run through this animation from the top one more time. All right, connect to the server. The message from client A goes to the server. The server executes clients.all, meaning all clients. That requires the message to go, so that goes to all the connected clients. Yay, we understand that. But in a load balance set, if we have 2 servers, or possibly 3, 4, or 5, client A sends a message to the server it's connected to. If that server executes clients.all, well, that message will only go to the clients that it's connected to. Unless, hold up. All right. Here, I feel like doing this. I have the animation. Where do I do the animation for these? All right. I don't want to do the animation here. Oh, no, I see what I'm doing. Up here. Up here. All right, so they're connected to one server. D, E, and F are connected to the other server. If client A sends a message to the server it's on, and it says clients.all, that message will only go to the servers it's connected to. How do we solve that problem? Well, not only would A, B, and C connect to its server, and D, E, and F connect to their server, servers would connect to something called a backplane. I don't want to call it something. I'll figure out a better way to say that. They'll talk to a central backplane. It's essentially a layer that allows multiple servers to communicate in real time. So now when a message goes up to server and the server says clients.all, it'll take that message and send it across the backplane to all the clients. I think I want to fix part of this. These two, I want to do on a click. I want to do those separately. And not only that, I want to here. What if I edit points? Oh my gosh. Can I have it stop on one of these points? No. I guess you can't, can you? That'd be nice. They have it like go to a point, stop until I click again, but I don't think you can do that. All right, you know what? That's not a big deal. I think this will work just as well. It sends a message to A, B, and C, but then it also sends the same messages over the backplane. I like that. Oh, hold on. I have to push the arrows back. The arrows are on top of the envelopes. All right, so it pushes the message across that backplane. If I do all three of them individually, I think it enforces the point a little bit clearer that the servers will send that message over the backplane. And I don't think you necessarily have to worry about the implementation. All right, so these need to go behind. All right, let's try that. Oh, crap. One of my arrows is messed up. So that arrow. No, these should be down here. There we go. Man, Z index is hard. It's not. Okay. Run through that one more time. Things on top. Everything's on top. Everything's on top. Everything's on top. And we're done. All right, so we have proven the point. So in the next video, we actually go through and we show how do you implement this. All right, that slide text is done. All right, chat, what do you think? Any comments, questions? Okay, well, let's go ahead and move on. So now, how do I make that a demo or demoable? I want to well, you know what? That part actually doesn't matter, does it? Let's take I want to build a better demo for that. So what number is this? I forgot. Redis the scaling issues backplane says number 10. Make directory. Actually, it's number 12. So say 12. Oops, I want. Make directory. I'm also going to do a separate one on Azure SignalR service, which is a dumb easy demo to do because it's one line of code. It's one line of code and a little bit of Azure configuration. Yeah, it shouldn't be that easy, and it is. Oops. Oh no, where'd I go? There we go. I pressed the shortcut key and it screwed something up in my OBS. All right, I fixed it now. Okay. Let's go into let's grab basic client server, go into advanced, call it Redis backplane, we'll drop that in. And that's number 12. We'll open this in VS Code. And the big thing you have to do, npm install. So you can't say just add Redis. You have to go install the package. So let me go find the package. All right, Stack Exchange Redis. So was it .NET add? What did I do wrong? Oh, add package. No. There we go. Okay. Add the package. So now I should be able to go into here, and then you add Stack Exchange Redis, and it's going to ask you for connection string. Actually, it's going to be there's a couple ways to do this. Let's actually look at the docs because the docs are really good on this. If I were implementing it via the docs, would I have two use cases I think I care about. I care about connection string. So if you're pulling it out of configuration options, you could do that. Or you could do connection string with an options lambda. Oh, good point. Clustering isn't officially supported, but it might work. Yeah. All right, let me do two use cases here. So we'll assume connection string actually points to a connection string. But then we're also going to copy and comment that out. Hey, here's a great question for folks in the chat that use VS Code. So I have custom font sizes for my editor. Cannot figure out, I don't want this to be the same size as the font. Because as you can see, it looks flipping horrible. It's hard to use. And you can't resize it. But I do not see, I must just be looking over it every single time. I do not see an option in the settings for VS Code to override anything about this box. Which is super annoying. I'd rather this be a standard font size and everything else is big. All right, so Redis. You can actually just pass the configure, or you can pass the connection string in configure. Okay. All right. And there's not necessarily going to be anything in here you would want to override. Really, all this should be coming from your connection string. But you might have development options where, say, write the client name. Mastery. So that's an option. I'm going to leave this one open. When I commit this, I'm going to commit it without a Yeah, I'm going to commit it without a connection string because I don't want a connection string stuck in the in the GitHub history. Oh, that's right. That is actually something that I do. I will use a. I forgot about that. We changed the channel, so we'll prefix our stuff with SignalR. We will also do a different database number. So I'll set like number 5 because Redis, and I am not the hippest person when it comes to Redis, but you connect to a Redis server and then you have different databases and they're all numerically ordered. It's like between what 0 and 10, maybe more. I don't know, but like 0 or the default is always where we do most of our main work. But then for other services like this, we'll do it on a different database. I don't know if that's actually a good thing or not. It works fine for us. It's super performant, but yeah, it works. All right, I'm going to leave these in as options. And technically, that's all you have to do. So git checkout the backplanes. Oops. Git. I screwed that up. Now I am on a VM. Can you install Docker on a VM? Because if I install Docker in a VM, I can have a script that starts a Docker hub for Redis. It makes this part so easy. How to run Docker in a Windows 10 Pro hypervisor. You know what? Let's give this a try. It would actually make my life a little bit easier. That's what I could do. All right, let's go get Docker desktop. Go features. Yeah, I don't know if you can hypervise inside of a hypervisor. What do I need? I need features. Windows subsystem for Linux. Let's see if it'll let me do this in a VM. That's to reboot. Okay. I'll wait for that to download. So let's close everything that's not important. Yep. 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 33 seconds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do this. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, right? You're along for the ride, right? All right, that's done. Let's go ahead and hit restart. Kevin, we're getting your computer ready for updates. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we're in. Maximize that again. Let's see if this works. Uh-oh. Hindsight, I should have taken a snapshot of this VM before attempting this. Oh well, YOLO. Yeah, right. All my source code is pushed up to GitHub, so it's not a terrible ordeal if this doesn't work. Unpacking files. So it's been a couple minutes. If you're just joining us, hello, welcome. My name's Kevin. This is my office hours for my new course, SignalR Mastery. And if you are not familiar with SignalR Mastery, here is the link, the information in the chat. It's basically SignalR is a library for doing real-time web development on the .NET platform. And my course basically attempts to teach you everything that you would ever need to know about SignalR and using it inside applications. One thing about this course is I always said I didn't want it to be done. I always want to continue adding stuff to it. So we launched it yesterday, and I'm spending today and most of next week just adding more material to it and trying to get into a weekly cadence of always putting something into the course. So if you buy now, you get all the updates forever, as long as I keep doing it. And I'll keep adding stuff to it as long as I'm still kicking, right? The example we're working on now is SignalR Backplanes. So if you're in some sort of scaled scenario, well, you're on Azure, you're on AWS, and you need to load balance your web servers across multiple machines. Well, how do those servers talk to each other and ensure that you're sending your messages to all your connected clients? So that's technically what a backplane is for. We just went to and built some slideware to demonstrate some of these topics. And now I'm trying to build just a real demo of everything working. All right, so let's get Docker up. If this works, I'm going to go pull a... It is starting. It's incomplete. All right. Oh, I think I remember doing this before. Oh, that's right. I don't actually have a Linux install. I have to go install Linux. Yeah. All right. So let's put that over there. All right. Step 1, run the MSI. Okay, so I did that. Open PowerShell as an administrator. Come on. Okay. Then install your Linux of choice, which I want. Let me go to the store. I never liked this step. I always thought there should have been a better way to do this, but I'll just install Ubuntu. Of course, I can't spell Ubuntu right. Hey, but it doesn't matter. I know. Install. Hey, guess what? I own it. And this shouldn't take too long. I'm on a fairly decent download plan. Of course, it's going through a VM as well, so we'll see. Things are a little weird there. Every time I keep full screening it kicks me out. All right, almost done. And it's all this effort because I want to install Redis in a Docker container. And I want it in a Docker container because then it can be something reproducible by people that take the course. I hate it when you go into something. It's like, oh yeah, make sure you have this complex server installed, that complex server installed, so on, so on, so on. And something like Redis does not install easily on Windows because it wasn't natively written for Windows, and there's a lot of quirks. There's a fork of Redis for native Windows, and it works fine. But there are edge cases, and it's not as up to date as regular Redis is. So I'm a little leery to use it. I'd much rather use Redis locally on or inside of a Docker container. Okay, so that should be all I have to do there. Okay, so let's hit restart. Yep, an error occurred. All right, let me restart my machine, or restart my VM. Okay. Let's see if that made a difference. All right, starting. Failed to start. Can you enable virtualization inside of virtualization? See, that's what I was trying to do. I wish it had given me an error earlier. Let's shut down. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Next, exit. So, let's shut down the server. Let's go into settings. I don't think there's virtualization settings in here, are there? All right. I might not be able in here. But I was reading this blog post and it said, oh yeah, you can do this. Maybe I didn't read the entire thing. All right, so hold on. So there's this concept called nested virtualization. All right, so we have a script, enable nested VM. Okay, well, you know what? Oh, man. So this might work great. I feel like this is something I would have to restart my main computer for. Okay? That is such a big change. All right, so which machine are you supposed to run this on? Here's the blog post I copied from. Okay. All right, well, let's give it a try, right? What's the worst that could happen? That is famous last words. So I want to copy. Let's copy all this. This is virtualization. We'll open this in VS Code. Now I'm not inside of my okay. Should I be running this as an administrator? I wonder. Yep, as administrator. So when you run terminal, when you run Microsoft Terminal, it won't let you run Hyper-V as an administrator. I don't want that piece of crap. I want this piece of crap. Ah, man. Just do as I say, not as I do. Let's try this again. I can tell it's almost the end of the day because I am just screwing everything up. So I'm in here. Let's go in virtualization. I want to run nested VMs PS1. You're supposed to get the name of, so SignalR course machine is what this is called, and it's currently off. This script will set the following. All right, you know what? Yo, before I do that, let's set a checkpoint. Just in case, right? Yes. That seems way too easy. Okay. All right, well, let's restart the machine. Restart. Oh no, I broke my machine. Unspecific error. Well, that ain't good. Maybe it's not something you're supposed to do in Azraz. Hi, how are you? So I wonder. All right, let's try a couple things. Let's stop the Hyper-V service real fast. And we'll restart the server. Can I explain what I'm doing? I am breaking everything right now. So I am experimenting at the moment with trying to install Docker Desktop in my Hyper-V VM, which is very Inception-like. And it's broken. So let me see if revert works. Revert. Yeah. Okay. Revert's working. Good to know that revert worked. But what we're doing when we're not breaking things, the reason we're trying to install Docker Desktop is because I'm working on a demo where I can connect a SignalR server to a backplane using Redis cache. And I don't want to install Redis cache natively on this machine, but it looks like that's probably what I'm going to have to do. Oh well, can't get away from it. So I'll need to come up with another way to demo this. All right, let's full screen you. Because this is going to fail. Yep, that failed. Well, you know what? Hold on. Hold on a second. Let's just try something. I still have my snapshot from earlier. Can I add optional feature? No. That's not what I want. All right, what if I add hypervisor? I have no idea if that's going to work. I don't know. I feel like it should have wanted me to. All right, so it failed again. All right, let me restart. Let me restart the server one more time. I'm not done with this. I'm gonna give this some solid effort. I don't need that. Wait a minute, so it can. It'll tell me Docker desktop is starting. Yep, it crashed again. All right. So what if, you know what? Let's shut everything down. Shut down the service. So I have my machine. I'm going to create another checkpoint. Yep, a checkpoint of a checkpoint. Yay. So this, when it runs, all right. I feel like this is going to fail again. Oh, I shouldn't do it from that one. I should do it from this one. So let's go ahead and run this one more time. Virtualization extensions will be enabled. Okay. Yes. All right. PM is already set up for nesting. But fails. Okay. Unspecified error. That's the worst type of error. The unspecified one. Okay. All right. So I don't think this is possible on a Windows 10 machine. I feel like it was only possible on a Windows 20. Well, which is weird. It works on. It's supposed to work on Windows Server, but all right. Start. All right. All right, so that works. Okay. Oh, man, that was kind of exhausting. All right, I'm going to have to come up with another solution for running Redis on this VM so I can do the demo. I might just set up Azure Redis cache. That seems like the easier solution to this problem. So, because all I need is a connection string, and I can explain where you get the connection string from. All right. Well, friends, I'm close to the end of my time. It's been lovely hanging out with y'all. And if you're just showing up, if you're hanging out, don't forget to go grab my new course, SignalR Mastery, where you can learn how to build real-time web applications in .NET. We need to find someone to raid. Who is currently
Sorry, excellent pick.
Ash, shut up, Twitch. All right, let me bring over my Twitch. I'm gonna go look at the live coders.
Since we're both working from home,
Let's close the ad. Let's get over the Twitch ads first. Let's see, who do we have going? Honest Dan. Oh man, I haven't seen Honest Dan in a while. What is Honest Dan working on?
I don't need to be told that it's just.
He's got his game back.
To be modernized, etc.
Oh man, I have not seen. Honest Dan took his game away a long time ago, and it looks like he's eventually brought it back. So we're gonna raid Honest Dan because I love Honest Dan. And let's wait for all this stuff to happen. All right, so I'm gonna set up the raid. I mean, we don't have that many folks in here, but that's okay. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today for office hours. I'm going to be back next week, but I will definitely be back next Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight or Eastern Standard Time for another office hours. And this is open to anyone, so you don't have to be in the course. But yeah, I'll see you all that time next week, and I'll probably be on and off, next week before that. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I will see you next time. Go hang out with Dan.
That'll get us quicker. So I'm glad the knockback is happening. I just teleport them. That's all I want at the moment. I'm not doing animations and the stuff. Hello there, Kev Griff. Thank you very much for the raid. How you doing? Welcome along. Is this for a conference? No, this is me remake. So you see the stream overlay game that's around the stream at the moment, where viewers can chat and get put into the dungeon and join different kingdoms and sign up to quests and all that. Like, we're remaking it. You can see here's like a little, but we're doing it in 3D in Unreal instead of in Unity like the old one. So I'm just working on a little 3D dungeon. We've got these 2D sprites still, and they all go through the dungeon. That's what I'm trying to work on now. I'm trying to make it so when they attack